Everybody, welcome back to another episode of Spiritual Zundayz. This week we're going to be talking about Mercury transitioning into Cancer. We're also going to be talking about the new moon, and moving forward, I'm going to be pulling tarot cards. So, Mercury is shifting from Gemini into Cancer this Wednesday on June 5th. When we think about Mercury, we are thinking of the planet of communication and intellect. Enough said. So, as you guys know from my previous podcast, Mercury in Gemini was a time for creative expression and a lot of grounding of ideas and trying to turn your dreams into reality, which was or has been very challenging for a lot of people, especially with all the retrogrades happening. Now that it's going into Cancer, you will find that not only will you have to deal with complex thinking, but it's complex emotions on top of that because Cancer is a sign of feels, feels and emotions, right? And because it's a cardinal water sign, you will find that creative expression and intuition join up or they partner up because it's still Gemini season, meaning the sun is still in Gemini. And you can definitely use those different energies, those opposite energies, to propel your creative projects forward. Because not only are you getting the, I guess, creative side of Gemini, you are also going to be pulling from the intuitive side of Cancer, but also Cancers are the type of zodiac signs that want things to move forward. They're very progressive because they're cardinal signs. So try to balance that in your projects or your business or your schooling or whatever it is that you're doing. Try to pull from both of those energies. Now, the negative side of having both of these signs active, I guess, is that these two zodiac signs are the most complicated signs of the entire zodiac, okay? They really, really are. And it's because they're right next to each other. And that's why it's one sign transitioning into another in the astrological calendar. But right now in Mercury, which influences our way of thinking and processing ideas, you will find that a lot of people will start to get really emotional or really sensitive about their creative projects or just their ideas in general. So, this is a time where people are going to get really defensive. And this is a time where people are going to be like overreactive, especially if their Mercury just does not, it's not vibing with the Mercury in Cancer. And what I mean by that is if your Mercury is like an air sign, or if your Mercury is like a fire sign, then it's just not going to vibe well with. But if you have a Mercury in water, then you're going to find that you'll feel your intuition will be heightened, but also your sensitivities will be heightened as well. So you need to watch out for that. If you have it in earth, then you're going to have the perfect balance of productivity and also intuition. Okay, so try to put your energies or understand your energies better so that you're flowing with the Cancer sign versus, going against the current. You don't want to do that, or it's going to intensify how you feel and how you think about things, and you're going to overreact. And so, emotional expression will be very important this time, especially if you've been holding things in lately under the Gemini Mercury or things have just been festering, you've been suppressing things. Allow yourself to vocalize how you feel, but make sure that you're doing it in a civilized way. You're not overreacting on a situation because you might be too much in your emotions where you just cannot see things logically or reasonably. So watch out for that. And on top of that, we have the new moon on the third under Gemini. So, what you guys have learned from me before is new moon equals new energy. This happens every month. You should be evolving and being progressive with your energy every month. And if you're not, this is something that you should start doing. It's called setting goals. But no, seriously, the new moon under Gemini, it means new emotional, creative energy. And you can use this again with Mercury in Cancer and create something that is emotionally innovative, right? So we're looking for a deeper meaning with Mercury Cancer, but we are also looking to attach our ideas to this world, ground our ideas to this world. So if you've been, going back to school, you've been investing in a business, you've been thinking about a business, whatever the fuck you've been thinking about, okay? You need to ground that. And this is the perfect time to do it under the new moon. All right. Um, and if that's just too much for you, you're not into like ritualistic behaviors, then I mean, at least write it down. You have a journal or something, just write it down. You don't have to do a whole, candles and crystals and all this extra stuff. Just take the time to reflect on things that you want to do and things that you want moving forward and attach your feelings into it so that you become passionate, right? Because cancers are very passionate and very attached to what they are doing or who they are loving. All right. So keep that in mind for yourself, but try not to be overbearing or overly controlling or overreactive, or that's the negative side of Cancer. Because they're a cardinal water sign, they find it very difficult to detach themselves from something because they feel so passionate about something, or they feel very passionate about someone to a point where, and you can say whatever you want, but water signs can be very attached to people and very obsessive over people. They just want to love people. And this could hurt a lot of people in a way where their expectations are so high in a new relationship or an existing one that they just may need to calm the fuck down or chill out. Okay, we still have Taurus and Venus too, so keep that in mind. Mercury and Cancer, Taurus and Venus, they actually flow really well together, but those expectations are going to be so high for people. I mean, just tone it down, like release the control over people. Try to turn that energy and control yourself. Self control is a thing. Okay. And if you watch my Instagram live, I was telling people, if you don't love yourself as intensely as you do that other person, then you don't love yourself enough. All right. So the new moon again carries all of this Gemini energy where creative expression and creativity in our dreams and in our life is something that will excite us. This is something that will give us life again. This is something that will, propel us forward or make us feel like, wow, we're living we have a purpose, right? That's what I'm saying, to have creative purpose, creative expression, creative purpose. So try to add new intent into this month and try to commit to it if you can. Okay, you don't have to do anything that I'm telling you, but it would help you. Um because there are 3 retrogrades so far, but later on this month, starting on the 21st, Neptune will go into retrograde. That means there will be 4 retrogrades. But we won't focus on that right now and stress you out. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. All I'm letting you know is that focusing your energy on things that will help you express yourself mentally and emotionally will be very helpful by the end of this month. So think about that. So, with that being said, I'm going to start pulling tarot cards every weekend as well. It's something I've been wanting to do, but now I'm just going to go ahead and do it. So I'm just going to pull a card for the week and see what the spirits have to say. So I'm just going to shuffle my cards, and whatever card that comes out is the card that we're going to take from the spirits, and we'll go from there. So the card we got is the King of Pentacles for this week. And we are really trying to embrace and embody financial stability and financial control. All right. So this is something to think about this week on top of everything else that I told you for, our creative expression, our emotional expression, and pulling that energy and tying it to the ground, to money, to coin. Okay. So try to think about ways where you can be the king in your life and really just creating an idea that will give you financial opportunities. Okay. So even if it's like going back to school, or if it's, just starting a business, or if it's having a side business or a side hobby that will give you money, anything that has to do with money and creativity and your passions is what this week is all about. Or this is really how you should be starting your month off every month, but you know what I mean. So try to keep that in mind while you're creating intent for the new under the new moon on the 3rd. And I will see you guys next week. And hopefully by then you guys got your shit together. All right, see you then. Bye.